Vivien Leigh's journey to Hollywood immortality is nothing short of extraordinary. A woman of immense talent, beauty, and determination, she captivated audiences worldwide with her spellbinding performances, particularly as Scarlett O'Hara, in Gone with the Wind and Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire. However, behind the dazzling facade of fame, Vivien's life was marked by intense personal struggles, heartbreak, and an ongoing battle with mental illness. Born Vivien Mary Hartley on November 5, 1913 in British India, she had an exotic and privileged start to life. Her father, a British officer in the Indian cavalry, provided a comfortable colonial lifestyle. But that world was abruptly disrupted when, at just 6 years old, she was sent to a convent school in England. The sudden separation from her family and homeland was difficult, but it was during these formative years that she developed a deep passion for acting. Even as a young girl, Vivien displayed an undeniable charm and charisma that would later become her trademarks. Determined to refine her skills, she enrolled at the prestigious Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, in London. Though she was initially cast in minor stage roles, her ambition and talent ensured she wouldn't stay in the background for long. As her career progressed, she realized that her birth name lacked the Hollywood glamour necessary for stardom. She made a small but significant change, reinventing herself as Vivien Leigh, a name that carried an air of sophistication and allure. Many actors adopted stage names, but in Vivien's case, the transformation was more than just a name. It was a persona that would captivate audiences for decades. Her breakthrough moment came in 1935 when she delivered a mesmerizing performance in The Mask of Virtue. The London critics took notice, praising her poise, presence, and sheer talent. It wasn't long before filmmakers recognized her potential, leading to roles in British cinema. But it wasn't just her acting that drew attention. Her beauty and charisma made her a magnetic force. The real turning point in both her personal and professional life came in 1937 when she was cast alongside Laurence Olivier in Fire Over England. Their chemistry was electric, both on and off the screen. Despite being married to other people at the time, they began an affair that quickly became the subject of tabloid headlines. Their love story would become one of the most legendary and tragic romances in Hollywood history. In 1938, as Hollywood searched for the perfect actress to play the fiery Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, Vivien set her sights on the role. The competition was fierce, with established stars like Bette Davis and Katharine Hepburn vying for the part, but Vivien was undeterred. She famously charmed producer David O. Selznick, showcasing her ability to embody Scarlett's strength, vulnerability, and Southern charm. To perfect her role, she trained rigorously with dialect coaches, ensuring that her British accent never betrayed her on screen. When the film was finally released in 1939, her performance was nothing short of breathtaking. Audiences were enthralled, and critics lauded her transformation into one of the most iconic characters in cinema history. The result? An Academy Award for Best Actress, her first of 2 Oscars. Despite her meteoric rise to fame, Vivien's personal life was far from perfect. Her passionate but turbulent relationship with Laurence Olivier was marked by intense highs and devastating lows. Their affair scandalized British high society, but they eventually married in 1940 after both secured divorces. Together they became the golden couple of the theatre and film world, collaborating on numerous projects, including Shakespearean productions. However, as the years went by, their relationship began to unravel, largely due to Vivien's increasingly erratic behavior. Unknown to many at the time, Vivien suffered from bipolar disorder, a condition that wreaked havoc on her mental and emotional well-being. Mood swings, depression, and outbursts became more frequent, making it difficult for her to maintain both her personal relationships and her career. Laurence Olivier, deeply in love but exhausted by the strain of her illness, struggled to support her. As time passed, her mental health continued to deteriorate, and their marriage crumbled, leading to a painful divorce in 1960. Despite these struggles, Vivien continued to deliver unforgettable performances. Her role as Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire, 1951, earned her a second Academy Award. Ironically, the character's descent into madness mirrored aspects of Vivien's own life, making her portrayal even more hauntingly real. However, the emotional toll of playing Blanche coupled with her ongoing mental health issues, left her deeply affected. In the final years of her life, Vivien battled tuberculosis, a condition that had plagued her for years. Even as her health declined, she remained dedicated to her craft, continuing to perform whenever possible. Tragically, on July 7, 1967, she succumbed to the disease at just 53 years old. Her passing was a profound loss to the world of film and theater, leaving behind a legacy that remains unparalleled. Vivien Leigh's story is one of triumph, passion, and tragedy. She was a woman who defied expectations, overcame immense obstacles, and gave the world performances that still resonate today. Though her life was marked by personal battles, her talent and legacy endure, forever immortalized on the silver screen. Vivien Leigh's unforgettable performance in Gone with the Wind earned her an Academy Award and solidified her as one of the greatest actresses of all time. When she took the stage to accept her Oscar, she delivered a humble and heartfelt speech, acknowledging the many people who had helped bring the film to life. She joked that if she were to name everyone who had shown her generosity, the speech would last as long as the film itself. But among those she chose to thank most sincerely was producer David O. Selznick, whom she described as a figure of energy, courage, and very great kindness. It was Selznick who had taken a chance on her, an English actress, to play the most iconic Southern belle in cinema history, and his gamble had more than paid off. Following the monumental success of Gone with the Wind, Vivien's career soared to new heights. Audiences and critics alike were captivated by her ability to bring characters to life with elegance, strength, and vulnerability. Her portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara was nothing short of extraordinary, seamlessly blending defiance and charm, resilience and fragility. Even decades later, her performance remains one of the most celebrated in film history, setting a standard that few have matched. After Gone with the Wind, Vivien continued to prove her extraordinary range as an actress. In 1940, she starred in Waterloo Bridge, a deeply moving romantic drama set during World War I. She played Myra, a ballet dancer whose life takes a tragic turn when she mistakenly believes her lover has died in battle. Critics were enthralled by the emotional depth she brought to the role, calling her performance haunting and a masterclass in controlled emotion. Unlike Scarlett O'Hara, Myra was fragile and vulnerable, yet Vivien portrayed her with the same intensity and conviction, showcasing her remarkable versatility. Her next major film, That Hamilton Woman, 1941, saw her starring opposite Laurence Olivier in what would become one of their most famous collaborations. The film, set during the Napoleonic Wars, told the true story of Lady Emma Hamilton's love affair with Lord Nelson. As Lady Hamilton, Vivien delivered a performance full of dignity and heartbreak, capturing the character's passionate love and ultimate downfall with emotional intensity. Critics and audiences alike were mesmerized, and the film was widely regarded as one of the best historical dramas of its time. It also held personal significance for Vivien and Olivier, as their off-screen romance mirrored the passionate love story they portrayed on screen. In 1945, Vivien took on another ambitious role, playing the legendary Cleopatra in Caesar and Cleopatra. The film was one of the most expensive British productions of its time, and while it received mixed reviews, Vivien's performance was widely praised. She brought a regal elegance and sharp wit to the character, embodying the intelligence and complexity of the Egyptian queen. Though the film didn't achieve the same level of success as her previous projects, it further demonstrated Vivien's ability to take on diverse and challenging roles. At the height of her fame, Vivien was not only one of the most admired actresses in the world, but also one of the most enigmatic. Beneath the glamorous exterior, she was fighting a private battle that few people fully understood. She suffered from bipolar disorder, a condition that caused extreme mood swings, ranging from boundless energy and exuberance to deep, debilitating depression. At times, she was vivacious, charming, and full of life, but these highs were often followed by periods of profound sadness and exhaustion. Her struggles with mental illness became more apparent as time went on, but she continued to push forward. Determined not to let her condition define her, she often hid her pain from the public, maintaining her poise and professionalism even when she was suffering. Only those closest to her, including Laurence Olivier, truly understood the depth of her struggles. Despite his love for her, their marriage began to strain under the weight of her illness, and their once passionate relationship became increasingly turbulent. Even as she battled personal demons, Vivien never let them diminish her passion for acting. She continued to give performances that were rich in emotion and depth, proving time and again why she was considered one of the greatest actresses of her generation. Whether she was playing a fiery Southern belle, a tragic lover, or a commanding queen, she brought an unparalleled intensity to every role. Her legacy remains one of brilliance and resilience, a testament to her extraordinary talent and the enduring power of her performances. Vivien Leigh's personal life was almost as dramatic as the roles she played on screen. In 1932, at the age of 19, she married Herbert Lee Holman, a barrister, who was 13 years her senior. Though he was supportive of her at first, he was not particularly fond of her acting ambitions, preferring a more traditional life for their marriage. Despite his reservations, Vivien was determined to pursue her passion, and as her career flourished, their relationship began to suffer. By 1935, they had a daughter, Suzanne, but Vivien's growing success in the theatre and film world pulled her further away from her domestic life. The final blow came in 1937 when she began a passionate affair with fellow actor Laurence Olivier. Their relationship was an open secret in the film and theatre industry. The undeniable chemistry they shared on-screen was even more intense off-screen, and despite both being married, they were inseparable. Their love affair was widely publicized, with paparazzi following their every move. In 1940, after both secured divorces from their respective spouses, they married in a glamorous Hollywood ceremony. They quickly became one of the most celebrated couples in the entertainment world, performing together on stage and screen, exuding an almost fairy tale-like romance. However, their marriage was far from perfect. Vivien's mental health issues, later diagnosed as bipolar disorder, became more apparent as time went on. Her extreme mood swings, moments of deep depression, and erratic behavior took a toll on their relationship. She was also rumored to have had several affairs, adding further strain to their already turbulent marriage. Olivier, though deeply in love with her, also had his struggles, and their once passionate relationship became increasingly volatile. By 1960, after years of emotional turmoil, they divorced. Despite the painful end to their marriage, their love story remains one of the most iconic in Hollywood history, a tale filled with passion, betrayal, and heartbreak. As Vivien's personal struggles intensified, her once thriving career began to slow. She still delivered critically acclaimed performances in films such as Anna Karenina, 1948, and The Deep Blue Sea, 1955, both of which showcased her ability to portray complex and emotionally rich characters. However, they did not achieve the same level of box office success as her earlier films. One of her most celebrated roles came in 1951 when she played Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire. The character of Blanche, a woman on the brink of madness, resonated deeply with Vivien, who channeled her own personal struggles into the role. Her performance was described as devastatingly powerful, and it earned her a second Academy Award for Best Actress. However, the emotional toll of the role left lasting effects on her. The raw vulnerability and psychological torment of Blanche seemed to blur the lines between fiction and reality for Vivien, further exacerbating her own mental health issues. She later admitted that playing Blanche brought her closer to the edge of her own sanity, making the experience one of the most challenging of her career. Despite being a Hollywood legend, Vivien always considered herself a stage actress at heart. She and Olivier toured the world together, performing in Shakespearean plays and captivating audiences with their immense talent. Even as her health declined, she remained dedicated to the stage, proving her deep commitment to her craft. Her love for theater never faded, and she continued to perform as long as she could, despite the physical and emotional challenges she faced. In the 1960s, Vivien's health worsened significantly. In addition to her ongoing battle with bipolar disorder, she suffered from chronic tuberculosis, a condition she had first been diagnosed with in the 1940s. Though she continued to work, her illness made it increasingly difficult for her to keep up with the demands of acting. On July 8, 1967, at the age of 53, Vivien Leigh passed away in her London home. The news of her death shocked the world, and tributes poured in from fans, friends, and fellow actors who recognized the immense loss to the world of cinema and theatre. Though she left the world too soon, Vivien Leigh's legacy remains timeless. Her performances continue to inspire new generations of actors and movie lovers alike. She was a woman of immense talent and beauty whose life was marked by both dazzling success and heartbreaking challenges. She captured the hearts of audiences worldwide, and despite the battles she fought behind the scenes, she left behind an indelible mark on the world of film and theater. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more incredible stories about Hollywood legends, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.